All right guys, so let's talk about why I'm ditching the Ecoflow alternator charger and now I'm going with the Bluetti Charger 1. So you guys are probably wondering why I'm ditching the Ecoflow alternator charger and I'm going with the Bluetti Charger 1. With the Ecoflow alternator charger, it only works with Ecoflow power stations. Also, the Ecoflow alternator charger is only usable with the Delta series of power stations. You can't even charge the smaller Ecoflow power stations with the alternator charger. And that was fine at first, but as you can see, Ecoflow is not the only power station that I own. I've got multiple different brands for different situations, different size power stations, and using the Ecoflow alternator charger, it would not charge all of these different power stations. So with the Bluetti Charger 1, this is going to allow you to charge 95% of the power stations out there. Not just the Bluetti power stations. This will charge the Ecoflow, charge my Anchor, just about every power station that I have, I was able to charge with this, and I love that. Especially with me, I got tons of different power stations for different situations. So here's a quick look at the Bluetti Charger 1 next to the Ecoflow alternator charger. As you guys can see, huge difference in size. So this is going to be a lot easier to install in your vehicle and just tuck away into a spot, not getting away or anything like that. All right, so for you guys that aren't familiar with the Bluetti Charger 1, this is going to be installed in your vehicle, whether it be an RV, SUV, or a car. With the cable that's provided, it's going to be ran to your battery, and what this is going to allow you to do is fast charge your power stations from your vehicle. Currently, with the 12 volt output in most vehicles, you're only going to get about 100 watts. That's going to be able to charge your power stations, but this is going to allow you to up that to 560 watts. So this is going to allow you to charge your power stations 6 times faster compared to your 12 volt plug in your vehicle. So this is also going to eliminate you having to haul around a bunch of solar panels to be able to charge up your power station while you're out camping. So you guys are probably wondering how the Bluetti Charger 1 is able to charge a bunch of different power stations, different sizes, and different brands. Well, we're going to go ahead and hook this up and I'll show you, but it's really easy to do. 4 wires that you're going to hook up. Like I said earlier, it comes with everything that you need, plus mounting brackets to mount this in your vehicle. So on this side, you have your negative input and your positive input. That's going to be coming from your battery. On the other side, you have your output for negative, output for positive. And what Bluetti has done is, this is going to be your output. So here's the cables that's going to go into your positive and negative, but look what's coming out. MC4 connectors, your solar panel adapter connectors here. And that is how you're going to be able to charge all these different power stations. So if your power station currently takes the typical XT60 connector that's ran to the MC4 connectors, this will be able to plug right into your Charger 1 and be able to charge your power station. Now you're probably saying, wait a minute, different size power stations take different amounts of voltage for the solar input. And this is correct, but if you go on Bluetti's app, you can add the Charger 1 to the app. As you can see, it's connected through Bluetooth right now. And what they have done, if you guys can see that, you can change the amount of voltage that is being charged to your power station. So right now, it shows my battery hooked up to the Charger 1 and outputting 56 volts to the power station. Now if you want to go ahead and change that, right here, you can select the model. So these are going to be all your Bluetti models. So they already have them preloaded into the system for you to get your voltage right. So I got the AC70 here. Went ahead and picked that model, and that's going to allow it to do 56 volts for the output, and then it's all set. Now if you want to customize it for another brand, you can go in here and you can manually change the voltage. Of course, you're going to have to check the power station that you're using and what the voltage is, and make sure you don't go over that voltage. Set it up in the app for the Charger 1, and that's the amount of voltage that's going to go to the power station that you're using. So as you guys can see here, I got the positive and negative already hooked up to my battery, and then I also have the inputs and outputs hooked up onto the Charger 1. This is going to go to your power station with the MC4 connectors. I got the AC70 right there. I already went ahead and inputted the voltage that I need for the AC70. And then we'll just hook up MC4 connectors to the power station. It's gonna start charging. So right now we're at 500 watts, 499, charging the AC70. So with approximately 500 watts, you're looking at 5 times more input than you would get from your normal 12 volt output in your vehicle. Also, the Charger 1 does have some built-in fans to keep it cool. All right, so I swapped out the AC70 for the hands-free 2. This is another Bluetti product. So the input wattage on this is 350 watts that this can take for solar power, 45 volts. So I went ahead, adjusted it in the app. Go ahead and plug this one in. And as you guys can see, 350 watts going into the hands-free 2. So of course it works well with the Bluetti products, as it should. But the real question, how well does it work with other brands? I've got an Ecoflow power station here. This is the River 3 Plus, and usually right on the power stations, it's gonna give you what the solar input is. So you're just gonna check your power station to make sure you input the right amount of voltage in the app. We went ahead and plugged in the XT60 connector, got it powered on. And we'll go ahead and see what we get. 220 watts is the max for the solar input on this. So as you guys see, 220 watts input. So no issues with the Bluetti charging the smaller Ecoflow. All right, so next up, I got the Ecoflow Delta 2. I already hooked it up to the Charger 1. Inputted the voltage. This can take up to 500 watts input of solar. So let's take a closer look. 500 watts inputted from the Bluetti Charger 1. So like I said earlier, that's what I really like about this Charger 1 by Bluetti, is the fact that you can charge multiple different power stations. This is amazing. I think this is really a game changer, especially for people that have different power stations. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right guys, so I got the Anchor power station up here. This is a big boy, and this can actually input up to 1,000 watts of solar, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said earlier, the Bluetti Charger 1 is only limited to 560 watts, which is still great for your vehicle, but it's not going to max this out. So currently, this is at 472 watts. And if I go ahead and look at my app, you guys can see that battery is at 11.7 volts, so it's kind of low right now. All right guys, so I went ahead and hooked up the Charger 1 to my vehicle right here, just ran it to the battery and started the truck, just so you guys can get a true wattage input. So as you guys can see, now we're getting 585 watts going into the Anchor power station from the Bluetti Charger 1. If you look at the app, now you'll see we got 14 volts from the battery, 584-ish watts. So that's going to be more realistic for when you're charging your power station as you're driving. All right, so another reason why I hooked this up to my vehicle, because I want to demonstrate another feature that the Charger 1 has. So when this is hooked up to your vehicle, if you turn your vehicle off, it'll automatically detect that and it'll stop charging the power station so that your battery in your vehicle doesn't go dead. I'm going to go ahead and turn my vehicle off, and you should hear the Charger 1 click off and then it'll stop charging. So as you guys probably heard, I turned it off, and we'll go ahead and see if it stops charging. All right, so I don't know if you guys heard that. The Charger 1 clicked off and there is no input to the power station. So that took a few seconds for it to detect that the vehicle was off, but it did stop charging the power station, which I think is a really good feature. If you drive into town or something, you're charging your power station, you go in, maybe stop at a restaurant, pick up some stuff at a party store, you turn your vehicle off, and if you're in there for a while, you're not going to drain your battery and then be stranded. So nice feature for the Bluetti Charger 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my vehicle back up and see if it automatically starts charging again. So I got the vehicle started, and we'll go ahead and see. Yep, there we go. So just heard the Charger 1 click on, and it should start charging the power station. So there you go, start charging it again. All right, as you guys can see, I went ahead and brought it back over to the table and hooked it back up to this battery because I did want to show you guys the other safety feature. So as you guys seen earlier, it's only outputting 474 watts hooked up to this tabletop battery compared to the over 500 watts when it's hooked up to the car. And that is due to the voltage that's on this battery. So currently right now we're only at 11.8 volts, kind of a low voltage for this battery. Another safety feature the Charger One has is if it detects low voltage in your battery, say your battery's going bad or it's got a low voltage, it's not going to max out the output to the power station. It's going to kind of lower the output to the power station to balance out the low voltage in your battery. Some vehicles aren't going to have high output alternators or electrical systems that can handle all the wattage to these bigger power stations. The Charger One is going to detect that and it's going to balance it. It's going to only output what it feels is adequate for the battery that it's running off of. All right guys, so that's my reasons for switching from the Ecoflow alternator charger to the Bluetti Charger One. I just think that this is a lot more flexible charger for your vehicle when you want to fast charge your power stations, whether the Bluetti or any other brand. They say up to 95% of power stations that are compatible with this. I've only got a few here, but it seems to work fine with what I got. Also, I've seen this as cheap as like $250 when this goes on sale on Amazon. I'll put some links in the description box below. There'll be affiliate links. Using those links help out the channel a lot, and I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys found some value in the video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys got questions or comments, put them down below. And if you guys like videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Till the next one, guys, I will talk to you later.